Shadow the Hedgehog is viewed as the Jesus figure / allegory in the Sonic universe by a lot of the Sonic fandom, but why is the question. Before we start, I am operating under the assumption that you're familiar with the Shadow the Hedgehog backstory from the games, not the movies, they're different, the games, and from like the Jesus story Christianity. Focusing on Sonic Adventure 2 for this. So the main timeline that I'm gonna operate off of is creation of Shadow, betrayal of Shadow, suspended animation, revenge arc, dying for a world that he views as betrayed him. Okay. So we look at the creation of Shadow. He is created to be this miracle, this ultimate life form by Gerald Robotnik and Black Doom. Gerald Robotnik wants to use him to cure his terminally ill grandchild, okay? A fan theory is that he, Shadow the Hedgehog, is created in Supersonic's image because there is a mural on Angel Island where it depicts Supersonic harnessing the Chaos Emeralds to use the Chaos energy, and he thinks to himself, well, the Bio-Lizard just failed, so I'm going to pivot and create a hedgehog. That's also where we get the whole triangle of where Sonic is God, Jesus is Shadow, Silver is the Holy Spirit, but we're not talking about them today. We are talking about Shadow. Like I said, he was created as this miracle. Next, we have his betrayal by the very people who are responsible for his creation. Not Gerald, but the United Federations, because they contacted Gerald and said, hey, we want you to do Project Shadow. This is what we want. Create it. And he agrees because he wants to save his terminally ill granddaughter, Maria. So whenever they start to get a little too uncomfy with this, the United Federation sends Gunn up to the Ark in space. They kill everybody except for Shadow and Gerald Robotnik. This is where we get to suspended animation. They take Shadow the Hedgehog. He's put in suspended animation while Gerald Robotnik is on Prison Island being forced to continue Project Shadow, but he is so distraught with grief because his granddaughter has been killed in the process that he finds a way to reprogram Shadow, so when he wakes up, he goes on his revenge arc. And then Gunn, once Project Shadow is pretty much complete, they're like, you know what? This was kind of crazy. No one can know about this. The only person that's still alive is Gerald. Firing squad, take him out. Shadow the Hedgehog wakes up from his suspended animation when Eggman finds him, okay? He goes on his revenge arc because he's been programmed to. He also views the world like, you've betrayed me. Everyone in this world has taken everything that I love from me. You've betrayed me. And he only decides to go back on that when Amy, who does not ever get the credit, Amy reminds Shadow of Maria's wish, and he says, oh, yeah, actually, no, I'm going to save the world. Him and Sonic go super, and in his last little bits of power, he chaos controls the Ark that has been programmed to basically collide with the Earth. He chaos controls it away, he dies and falls to Earth. And we later find out that this death has been false. He comes back to life, and then he goes on his journey of self-discovery. Obviously there's more games, there's more lore, but that's the main part that gives Shadow his Jesus allegory as the fandom sees it.